Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday night's messages of love from above. Thank you guys so much for being here. Before we get into the actual readings, I do want to send love out to the world. And if you want to join me, I would adore that because as we join together, we can multiply love out to the world. So if you'd like to join me, whether you're watching this on replay or live, please do so. I'm just going to take a big deep breath and I'm going to come back to right here, right now. And then just let that love flow down and fill our heart up and flow out and overflow out to the world. That all those that are ready for a spark of unconditional love to begin a new journey, a new path, we send that to them. And if you are in need of unconditional love tonight, for your body, for your mind, for your heart, for a loved one, a situation, whatever it may be, we send love to you right now as well. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that and giving me the space to do that. And before we proceed with the readings, wow, evidently it's been a busy weekend. I do want to share a couple things. Uh, we have a last chance to enter the drawing for tomorrow. Here's the video for that. I will be giving away a 45-minute personal recorded reading. So if you want to get into that drawing, check out that video. It tells you how to enter. And I will close out. I probably will forget to do it tonight like I did last week. And I'll close it out tomorrow morning. Um, and um, and then I'll announce the winner on a video. And then Tuesday, I'll put out the uh, video for the next week's drawing. So be sure to check that out. Also, happy March. I mean, can you believe we're almost at March of 2023? The monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign are out. So that's the playlist for that if you want to check that out to see what Spirit has in store. And we also put out a pick a card this morning, which is all about how can you align and connect with the universe. So that was the pick a card for that. And we also had a pick a card last Wednesday about what's hidden that Spirit would like you to know about. Of course, if you go to my playlist, I have a ton of pick a card readings for covering a variety of subjects. So be sure to check those out if you're looking for additional information. And I think that is everything I wanted to do there. So let me go ahead and minimize some of this stuff and get the chat all popped out here so I can see it more clearly. And we will get started into the readings. Just shrink that a little bit. And all right, there we go. Perfect. Now, if you are new to my channel, new to these readings, how I go about them is free readings are first come, first serve. So I start at the very top and I just work my way down the list. I'm usually pulling 1 to 2 card readings for the free reading. So I try to get through quite a bit in the 2 hours that I'll be on. But if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange and I step out of the free readings, complete those, and I go deeper into those donation readings. And then once I'm done, I step back in order and continue down the list um, for the free readings. And to make a donation, all you have to do is you can click on the super chat at the bottom. YouTube does take about a third of that. But if that's the most convenient one, I'm totally support that. But if you want to check out the pinned comment or the description box of this video, I also provide my Venmo, my Cash App, Square, and PayPal. So whatever of those are more convenient, you can do that as well. So that is how it works. I do have a couple of donations already. Thank you guys so much. And we will get into those readings. So lovely, lovey, you were the first donation. Thank you so much. And let me take a look here. Yes, there's your question. And hello, you want to know a romance reading for the next 3 months? Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure about reading for your sister. All right, let's take a look here. What is in store for the next 3 months? Right, they're going coming out very slowly. Well, there's three, so I imagine that's one, two, and three, and then the four is the overall. So let's take a look here and see what unfolds here. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, oh my gosh. All right. All right. So the next 3 months, the next month, you have the Wheel of Fortune card coming in here, which is, of course, very fortunate. It's the wheel starts to spin. Things start to unfold over this next month where you are just feeling very abundant, very full in your life regarding romance. So I feel like next month you do meet someone and the wheels start to spin. So you feel very excited next month around that. So I feel like March is the introduction. Like you come across each other's path, you have interest, they have interest, and you start to just kind of explore each other's feelings and uh, y- you know um, that awkward. I was gonna say the awkward beginning stages of do they like me? I'm not sure if they do. Well, I think they do. I'm not sure. And then I feel like you guys bump into some doing something that you have in common, and and then you keep seeing them. Like it's like I don't know if it's a weekly thing you do, something that you do quite often, and you keep bumping into them. Whatever this is, you keep bumping into them. And then the next month, you have the 10 of Pentacles, another 10, which is another abundant overflow feeling. So it continues to grow, it continues. And this is specifically the outside world. So a lot of contact, a lot of connection, um, in that month too. And then the third month, you're the King of Pentacles. So again, abundance, fullness, wholeness, overflowing. This does show me that they reveal themselves to you more in the third month of like who they really are. They show you their worth. They show you um, just the earthy type of person they are. I feel like a lot of earth sign energy with all these pentacles here. Um, so I do feel like Taurus really standing out to me for some reason. But of course, Virgo and Capricorn too. But I feel for some reason Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. Well, that would be April 20th to May, March, April, May. So that is around that time frame anyway. So interesting. And then the overall card you got was the Chariot card, which is victory, which is movement, which is power of choice too. So throughout this whole experience over this romance over these 3 months, it's very bright. It's very moving forward steadily and happily. And but there is this power of choice that comes in that you learn through it all too, is like, you know what? In every moment, I get to decide what something means, how I feel about it, what feelings I want to feel as I go through it, and what energy I want to invest. And I feel like this time you're doing things completely different. It's more free. I keep on the word free form. So it's just like, yeah, it's not trying to fit something into a cookie cutter, like it has to be exactly this. You're just like, you know what, throw some dough down there, let's just take a butter knife and I'm just going to make a little bit of a there we go, and there we have it. You are allowing things to be a lot freer in these 3 months, and I like it for you. But that's what they have for you, lovely, lovey. So many blessings for you. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. All right. So we'll continue moving down the donation. So Christy, hello. Thank you again for another donation. You're just so generous. Thank you. Thank you. Much, much appreciated. And you want to know what else does Spirit want to tell you? What else would Spirit like you to know right now? Let's take a look here. So we're going to pull some tarot here. I'm using the Ravenous Dracon tarot, which this is the side of him here. Beautiful dragon and crow. Let's see what else they want you to know here. Okay, nice. All right, let's take a look here. I crack up because in the middle of it all, the only card that tipped over is the Temperance card, which is patience. And here we go. It's unfolding. Things are going back and forth and evolving in beautiful ways. Trust that the oven is cooking the breadsticks. I don't know what that means. Oh, like so the dough inside of the breadsticks is complete. You don't bite into it and you bite into a half baked piece of uh breadstick. I don't know why the olive, the breadsticks of Olive Garden. I don't know what that means. That means something special for you. But we got the 10 of cups and the 4 of swords. 10 of cups, beautiful overflowing things, and the 4 of swords, peace of mind. I mean, the little crow here is got his little eyes closed. He's resting and sleeping on the ace of swords, having let go of a lot of expectations. That's where the peace of mind comes in. So you got peace of mind and overflowing heart are what's on the menu. I guess we're going to go with an Olive Garden theme, but they have this, overflowingness and this peacefulness about it. And the Temperance card comes in, and on the other side of the Temperance card, you have the 10 of Wands. So you've got the 10 of Cups, you've got the 4 of Swords, and then the Temperance card kicks in, and at the end of it all comes this harvest. Sometimes this can mean burden, but because it's coming after Temperance with all those other things, there's this energy of you really are seeing the fruit of your labor, the fruit of your patience. You've been allowing things to unfold. You've been working on your heart and your thoughts. You've been allowing, working on divine timing and patience, and you're like, I feel like you really feel like you're going with the flow in a really huge way, and boom, you get the 10 of Wands, which is the reward that comes from it. And then after all of that, you get to this big shebang, and then you're now what? Well, then you have a shake up and a bake up here. I don't know what they call it, a bake up. But there's this movement of things out of your life, this wonderful clearing of things. You know how corn, when all the corn stalks and you grow corn and you have the husks that have the corn that you eat and you get everything off of it, well, that other stuff dies and it's just there, and it's like, well, it's time to clear that out. So the old stuff that no longer serves you on the path that got you to this big shebang celebration gets moved out of the way to like make room to plant new things to come in, because you do have the 2 of Wands, which comes in, which is about, you have a new passion, a new spark, and then you're making plans toward where you want to go and how you're wanting to get there and start taking small steps towards that. So I feel like, at the end of this period here, which with all these tens, I just really feel like maybe October-ish is like this brand new start, this brand new celebration, this brand new, type of you had the harvest and then do that. Like, I guess that's what Halloween around there is for, right? It's like boom. And then you have the King of Cups. So really stepping into this beautiful balance between heart and mind. And I feel like there's just this wonderful and this for me, this represents an individual also making themselves known and coming into your life that just helps. balance. It's like where you might be heart like really heart focused with a great mind. I feel like this would be you. The heart is seen, and people are not that they're surprised that you're really intelligent and intriguing and all that, but unfortunately, when you're a really loving individual, sometimes people think that you're ignorant because how could you be so loving with the world the way it is and everything else, right? But people are pleasantly surprised when they're like, "Wow, you have a huge heart and all that, and you know your stuff." And I feel like the individual that comes in is more uh, the brain forward, and but they're have a heart that people are surprised, like, "Oh, you know how to feel, and you have emotional intelligence too." It's like it's a great discovery, and it's just this wonderful. Uh, People don't go, "How can you guys get along? Is it like severe opposites attract?" And you're like, well, actually, we have a lot in common. People don't understand it because of the hidden pieces are the opposite things. So I like that for you, Christy. So October seems like a big time of harvest and transformation and change that's coming. So that is what they have for you. And again, thank you so much for your donation. Greatly, greatly appreciate that. It's about dang time, lovely lovey. I hear you. You're so funny. All right. I do have another donation that did come through. So thank you so much. Let me just move my microphone down just slightly. There we go. Nicole, thank you so much. Hi from Oregon. You would love a reading. Do you have a generous gift coming in the next few months? All right. Let's take a look here and see. So, in the next few months, is there a generous gift coming? If so, any hints on what it may be? I know I shouldn't giggle when I have cards, but I do because they just crack me up. Because you got the Seven of Pentacles, which is one of the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit, and it's like, yeah, it's a coming. It's taking time though, and so because of the seven here and the Seven of Cups coming up here, I feel like July is when this comes up here. So, you you say, because you said what a few, which is 3 months, March, April, May. Well, more several. July is when I feel like the surprise hits. And what is it? Can you give us an idea of what it is? Can you, huh? Well, there's new passion. You got the Ace of Wands, which is the wands are our drive, our passion, our energy. But with the Knight of Cups, movement of emotion, the Knight is like on a quest for love. But when I have a combination here, and especially, when I was seeing here with the Seven of Pentacles, is something's coming, and it's emotion that's given to you. I feel like this is like a knight, and it's like this idea of a knight in shining armor, and it can be male or female or whatever it is for everyone. But there is this wonderful, wonderful, you know, offering of love, and I feel like it just comes in July here. So I really like that for you, Nicole. Let me see here. Yeah, and on the bottom of the deck, another 7. So just, July feels like the 4th of July. What was her name? I loved her from Legally Blonde. She mentions the 4th of July. I like it. But anyway, let's see here. Yeah, and then you have the sun that comes into. So this would be a lot of Leo, fiery type of energy. So if that means anything, but I really like it. It's definitely bright. It's very fiery, sunshiny. That comes in. So possibly someone with a lot of fire, maybe even possibly a Leo, but they could have a lot of Leo in their chart. You just don't know about it until you get their date of birth and the information and pull their chart. I'm just kidding. But that's what they have for you, Nicole. I'm excited for you. So I know it's a little longer, stretched out just a little longer to July, but imagine it's very much worth it. And of course, while we're waiting for any generous gift to come in, we continue to work on our own self love because it just allows us to receive love more, give love more, the more love we have for ourselves. So that is what they have for you, Nicole. Many blessings for you. All right, very good, Christy. I'm sorry, just let me take a look here. Yeah, you can definitely ask, free questions after your donation. Of course, I will get to those in order, there, but, uh, you can definitely ask, as many questions. Alright, so I think that is all the donations. Now I just wanna make sure I didn't skip anyone, and we will go to the top of the list of the free readings, and we will, dive into those. So, Esmeralda, you are the first up for the free readings. Good evening to you, and you'd like to know what are Z's current feelings for you. So let's take a look here and see what are Z's current feelings for you. All right. Anything else? Ooh, okay. So you have the 10 of cups here. So the 10 of cups is a lot of abundant emotion. But I feel like what they are seeing, and this is how they are perceiving you and the feelings they have, they're kind of sidetracking the, you know, all the love and all that. They're um, showing you a picture of what they see when they look at you, just a little bit of it. Because the 10 of Cups shows someone who is so full of love and it overflows out to the world. So they see you as a very, very loving person that just, um, you just are compassionate and you're caring. Maybe the 10 of Cups is so much, they might think, of course, because they might be. Not as giving and open and vulnerable, as that. They might be like, maybe you give a little too much to everybody, because they want probably more for themselves. But they definitely see it as a plus that you are this loving, compassionate, giving person. And the 9 of Pentacles, they see here, the 9 of Pentacles is someone who, finds their worth from the inside. And, here, of course, you have spirit with you, but they see you as someone like self-sufficient, like not like arrogant, like I don't need nobody, but there's not like they don't see you having this desperation that you need people to complete you. So I really like this energy that they see from in this reflection, because they have that deep down inside of them in a way. Because of course, whenever everyone's a mirror. When they look at you, they see those things. They're things they admire in people that matter to them, and they have some of a dose of that. But you have a big dose of it, and they really, really like that about you. So that's what they have wanting to tell you right now. So that is what they have. Many blessings for you, Esmeralda. We'll continue moving down the list. Spiritual Gifts Diva. So Anjali. So a spirit message for your love life. Let's take a look here. And then what did that one? Those two together. So let's see what this is about here. Yep. So they've got this new opportunity will be unfolding with love life coming up. The Page of Pentacles too is about really seeing your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. These two came up together too. With the Judgment card is your higher self calling you into this different perspective of your worth and how worthy you feel. Six of Pentacles is my standard codependency awareness card. And so I feel like, with this new opportunity coming up, this is what spirit and your higher self is having you look at first, which is the a tendency to overgive. And I think we might have talked about this before. So if so, my apologies. But of course, they're reiterating it for a reason too, right? Because when we have a tendency to overgive, it comes about. It's in our subconscious. It comes about from when we're 7 years old and younger, around that age, where we had to overgive, overdo things, extreme things to get a little bit of attention. Either we were battling our siblings for our parents' attention, or our parents were so busy that we had to do extreme things to get them to go, "Oh wow, hey," and then they were gone off doing their stuff again, and you had to do extreme things to get a little back. Well, it creates this love rate of exchange that's out of balance, right? You have to give 100 or 1,000 to someone to get 1 coin of love back. And so as children, we don't know any better. We just take that and go, this must be what it is. And it sinks down into our subconscious, and it impacts our life. It's how we feel we have to do, what we have to do in order to get recognition and to get the love, to feel worthy to get love, right? But when we question those things, when we dive into our subconscious and go, okay, where is that coming from? We bring it from the subconscious into the conscious. We reflect on it and go, okay, I see where it's all coming from. And it just the knowledge of it, bringing it into our consciousness, we can go in and edit it, and we balance it out, making it 1 to 1 instead of 1 to 1,000. And then we save it, and then it goes back down, and then that impacts our life in a healthier way, something more balanced than what it was before. So I feel like that's what they're nudging to work on right now, because it'll just make this new opportunity when it comes so much more less exhausting, less full of resentment, because that's what happens when we're overgivers. As we give and we give and we give until we're exhausted, and then we give and we give and we give until we're resentful, because we're not allowing people to give back to us because of that rate of exchange, right? But it allows the other person to give to us, and we feel worthy of it, and it just makes for a very, very healthy relationship. So I like it for you, spiritual gift, Steve's Angeli. That's what they have. So many blessings for you. And Rhonda, hello, hello. Good to see you. And just a general reading. I don't know why I say just, because it is important. So a general reading for this upcoming week. What does Spirit want you to know about this upcoming week? Okay. Feel like there's this adjustment happening here to what you're perceiving as your wishes come true, because the 9 of Cups is you're really doing some deep diving this month. Not this month, well, this month, yeah, but this week, especially because the 9 is the hermit's journey. You're really diving into your self-love and understanding that, the 6 of Wands is this transformation of being seen and recognition. And I feel like you're really looking into what is it um, that I want to be recognized for? Who do I want to be recognized from? And this is this transformation, this change, the shaking up of things. One of my favorite cards, I think it's in the Light Seers Tarot. It shows someone in the spotlight, and they're looking. It's from behind, so you just see them with their arms, um, to the spotlight, and they're on stage because I think they have a microphone. But you can see the audience is all transparent. And I love that the message that comes through that card, because it's you realize that the recognition that they were looking from the outside world felt empty. And the transformation happens when you realize it's inward and upward. That Ace of Cups, this emotional inner fulfillment, becomes the wish, and realizing that we are recognized by the spirit world, by the creator, by mother and father of all things, our ancestors, our angels and our guides and our loved ones on the other side, and just a whole spiritual posse of support. And they love us so much, and they are so proud, and they recognize what a rough adventure this human adventure is. They plot us just for being brave enough to come down here and go through it, much less, how you've overcome so many obstacles. I mean, if you look at your success rate, you're alive today. You've worked through 100% of everything you've been challenged with, or you wouldn't be here right now. If we look at that and go, yeah, you're right, they give us a huge high five, and we're able to go through that. So I feel this week is a big clarification, a week of clarity, um, of understanding what is it that I'm want to be recognized for, and from whom. And it just brings a wonderful um, realignment in some ways, especially for the wishes, like the dream wish come true. What would that be? It really changes how that looks like for you. So I like it, Rhonda. That is what they have for you right now. So many blessings for you. Yay. All right. And Maju, you are up next for the next free reading. You want to know anything you need to know? Anything. What would they like you to know? What's most important that they want you to know right now? All right. Well, I know my left sounds almost evil sometimes. Sorry, but they have the Lovers card and the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands can represent celebration, marriage, kind of infer card and lovers. So that's why I chuckled, because I'm like, wow, what a combo here. That this is um a matter of the lovers can also be like a choice card, an emotional choice coming forward, and that you get to decide. You don't have to choose to feel the way everyone has told you to feel about things. So whether there's a wedding coming up that you don't want to go to, or a wedding that you don't want to be a part of, if it's your own, or whatever it may be, it's like really stepping into your power. So I just feel, whatever this is, there's something going on with the wedding. Excuse me. And I feel like you might be, if you're invited to a wedding, you're going to a wedding, they might just be telling you that you might just meet someone at this wedding, someone that really is a wonderful match, this wonderful, coming together, with that. So I like it. I like it. So that is what they have for you right now, Maju. So I'm excited to see what unfolds there. So many, many blessings for you. All right. All right. So Aditi will be the next free reading coming up. I did get another donation come through here. Absolutely. And so Nicole is going to do some cards regarding cash flow. All right. Let's see what they have here. I know I should like move my microphone. I keep having to look over it. What are you gonna do? Guess I could just shrink this and make it smaller so I could see it up here. That would probably would work too. There we go. All right. So let's take a look here. What about cash flow for Nicole? All right. What else? All right. Well, let's see what all these cards are about here. Okay. I like it. I like it. I like it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. So you've got 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 6 cards. 5 of them are pentacles. So I think there's going to be some subject around here with cash. Um, because you have the 7 of pentacles, which is the first card that popped out, which was, this is it takes time for things to grow, and the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And I love that the 8 of Pentacles, the 7 into the 8, the 8 of Pentacles means you've been doing the work, you've been putting in the blood, sweat, and tears, and now you're ready for the movement of cash flow to happen. So you've been doing it, you've been really focusing on things, and so that is unfolding there. Because the next card that comes up is the Empress card, which is new birth, new things coming in, abundance, harvest. So definitely a confirmation that this is happening, this is coming forward for you. Um, you do have, yeah, and then the 4 and the 9 of Pentacles. So the 4 of Pentacles is a great solid foundation card, and the 9 of Pentacles is about you finding your worth, and you're finding this abundance, finding this change of finances. It's independent. It's not like you're depending on someone else to make it happen, or like they're the ones that are giving it to you. You are doing it yourself. The 4 of Pentacles tells us too, it's this transformation. You're realizing that your true worth and your true abundance you do find from within, because that 9 and that 4 came out exactly together, which are so complementary. Because when we look to the outside world for, relationships are our abundance, or our job and education and social status our abundance, or our bodies, our possessions, our bank accounts our abundance, we find how unstable the outside world is. And eventually we just, because people change or pass away or walk away, jobs, education, all that never stay the same. And of course, everything else breaks down, deteriorates, blows up, burns down, stolen. So we realize through the lesson of the 4 pentacles that the outside world is unstable and temporary and doesn't please us for very long, if at all. We eventually turn inward and outward. And this is where we find this wholeness and this completeness, a stable abundance. It's the unconditional love of up above, right? It's eternal, never ending, and unconditional, nothing we can do to lose it. And so it's very powerful that comes in. And the last pentacle card that came out was the Ace of Pentacles, which is new opportunities that come in, but also new worth in relationship to how you see yourself to the outside world. And so as this lesson happens here, as this great wisdom unfolds within you, that the outside world is never going to make me feel whole and complete like I find when I turn inward into myself. And then once that happens, then you just fill up and all this abundance flows in from the outside world, because your energy is changing from one that feels like a world that's falling short and full of lack, um, because we feel we're lacking, at the time. When we fill up and our whole worth changes from within, then our whole world transforms to match this belief. And so I like this, that your worth is just exploding here through this through all these pentacles and the Empress. You're just really stepping into your power, and it does bring in cash flow, but even more than cash flow, abundance, the feeling of abundance from the inside out, which changes the energy, which raises your vibration of your worth and your love, your self love, to this place that draws in that abundance. Because when we feel low about it, which we're all taught growing up to feel low about ourselves and not worth of all of this stuff, we draw in, like attracts like. And so as you change this on the inside, it definitely changes the outside for you too. April is standing out. The 4 of Pentacles really shows me like April is a significant flip of a switch, where I feel like March, you're really getting into the nitty gritty. The Empress is the number 3. So I feel like March is this really getting into stepping into your power. And then April is just when whoosh, this like flood starts to come in through that. So that is what I see for you. So thank you again, Nicole, for your second donation. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Absolutely. I'm excited for you. Remember us when you make it big, right? All right. So Aditi, you were the next free reading, I believe. Yeah. Anyone know any blessings that are coming to you in the month of March? Let me just take a quick sip here. So, any blessings coming in March? Let's see. I feel like I know this doesn't look like a blessing, does it? The 3 of Swords, which is heartbreak, disappointment, and, expectations equal disappointment, and the 5 of Wands, which starts off it's our energy, our drive, our ambition, our passion, starts off feeling like conflict. And you're like, so is this a no?" Well, we all look at a blessing as different things, right? I mean, we could look at this as a blessing and choose to look at it that, you know what? I'm faced with something that, like someone or something that lets you down in March, but it starts off feeling like conflict. This energy feels like a firestorm. But the great thing about the Five of Wands is that it transforms what appears to be conflict and because usually the Five of Wands has, five people fighting with these big stabs, like they do in kung fu movies, and they're all ka, 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 right? And at first, when the scene starts, you're like, oh my gosh, they're trying to kill one another. And there's this, fear and conflict. And like you said, it's, the uh, Three of Swords can be fear as well, because that's the fears of losing conditional love. And you're like, oh my gosh, what's happening? Eventually, one person's left barely standing. The other four are exhausted, laying on the ground. And you're like, what is going to happen next? Is he going to, finish them off? Then they all start laughing. And you're like, whoa, wait a minute. What's happening here? And they all help each other up. And they all walk buddy, buddy, buddy back down a path to the Buddhist monastery where they have a meal together in the meal hall. And you're like, oh, so these weren't individuals trying to kill one another. They were people who cared about one another and wanted to help, improve their skills. And so that's what happens. What feels like disappointment and, oh my gosh, this is not what I wanted. And it's how we're perceiving it that we eventually feel it transform throughout the month of March and go, oh, now I get why this was happening for me and how this thing is transforming. So it is a blessing because we do learn through it, but it may not feel like a blessing in the beginning. But that's what they have for you, Aditi. So I know you're like, oh, but don't worry. Don't worry. You've got it. You've got it. Just know that it's going to work its way out and look for the for you in it instead of the to me in it. Like this is happening to me. No, no, no. This is happening for me. Why would I want this to happen for me? Because I ordered this, you know. So what did I want to learn through this? That's when it turns into a blessing, right? In the beginning, when we're shocked and why, oh, why me? That doesn't feel like a blessing. But then when we're like, oh, I see why I wanted this for me, then it becomes a blessing. So that's what they have for you with DT. Many, many blessings to you. All right, so we'll continue moving down the list, and we have Star Girl. And what's your next glow up? Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know here. Well, it looks like you're about to leap off onto a new adventure. This is like going into this adventure where you don't have a lot of expectations and a lot of supposed to's and shoulds and just things that make it feel like work. I feel like this feels like an adventure, like something that you're just ready to embark on with. And I feel like it's something that you haven't really experienced a whole lot before because it feels like foreign territory with what I'm feeling here. So I feel like you're leaping off into something, going to do something, be with someone, whatever it may be. It's something completely different. And it's like I said, it's just unknown territory where you're like, I don't know. I don't have my map, my navigation. I don't have any cell phone thing. I'm just going to have to wing it and wander and discover. So I like that for you. And then you have the King of Cups involved with this too, which is a balance of heart and mind. So I feel like there's this great, like this adventure, whatever this is. And I mean, with it being cups, it could be emotional, so it could be a new friend, a new romance, reconnection with. someone, but because it's brand new territory, I don't feel like it's reconnection with someone, you know, that you've known recently. Maybe it's someone from, way, way back. It could be like a cousin that you knew when you were 3, you barely remember him. Now you're gonna meet him again, and so it's all new because you really don't know who they are. It's that type of thing. It's, this type of adventure of stepping off into this new. And I like it. It is a glow up because it's so, I don't want to say it's so not you to just leap into something without knowing details and that you're going to be successful at it. I don't want to say that, but I'm going to say that because it's not normal. You really like the safety of it. And then once you have the boundaries, you're okay to leap into things. But this is like not even knowing and just going for it, which is totally different, right? So I like it. It's it is unlike anything that you've done before, and I like it for you. So that is what they have for you, Star Girl. So shine bright. All right. And lovely, lovely. We took care of that. So you are good there. Princess Pinky, you are the next free reading coming up. And which quality is admirable in you? All right. So let's take a look here. See what spirit wants you to know. They want that one too. Almost got away from me. Let's take a look here. Okay. Wow. Well, it's very clear here. One of your qualities that's admirable. You've got the Justice card here, which is the sword. Has a lot to do with swords here. Six of Swords and the Ace of Swords. So the this is the Ace of Swords here. So I'm going to move this to make it easier on my little fingers here. So this is about balancing, and right now there's 11 people and 11 likes, 11 on my screen here as I'm talking about balance with the card 11. So, uh, perfect, synchronicities, but this is about, what's one of the admirable things about you is you seek after truth and you seek higher truth. Open mindedness really is coming through in all of this with the Ace of Swords because you connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm and it allows you to see things in a more clear way. It allows you to cut away thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve you, and the Six of Swords is moving from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. So one of the admirable qualities in a is like your search for truth, your search to learn. You have a hunger for learning, and because of that, you're open minded. And I feel like a quote is coming to mind. Maybe this is one of your favorite quotes. The more I learn, the more I learn that I something like the less I know, you know, yeah, I become aware the less I know. And I feel like you're open that way, you're flexible that way, at least recently. You might be like, well, I was kind of stubborn earlier, but we all are. We learn um, to be more open minded when we realize sometimes we're like, oh, I was wrong. I guess I should have listened and been open minded. I would have saved myself a lot of trouble. And I feel like you've learned the hard way, like we all do, with that in the past. And you just have this open mindedness, which is attractive and admirable. So that is seen. So that is what they have for you. The one of the many things. So many blessings to you, Princess Pinky. All right. Self love, you are up next. So, what is coming towards you? I hear the Jaws theme song coming in, dun, dun, or like when the shark was headed towards people, but not in a a dark way. They're just being funny today. All right. Sorry. And then they have the death card. No, da-da. But it's all right. You have the King of Swords here. So you do have a sorry, there's a hair that's hanging there. There we go. An air sign of some sort that's coming your way here. Very someone who's in their head, King of Swords, rolls over air, and all the kings are given a second portion of air. So very, very much in their mind and ability to communicate, but they're very cerebral, very um, intelligent, and very thought based. Not a whole lot of emotion based there. Um, I do feel like this is a balancing out of things because you have the two pentacles and the death card is ending a new beginning, not a shark attack. But the two of pentacles is a cycle. It's the letting go of things and the coming in of things, the balancing out. And so I feel like there was an ending recently for you that has cleared the space for this air sign to come in for you. So I feel like it is someone it doesn't necessarily need to be romantic, but it is a significant person for you in your life that does make an impact for you. So I do like that for you. That's what they have for you right now, self love. So many blessings for you. And we will continue moving down the list. All right. So, Pooja Gupta, you are up next. Hello, hello. And you'd like an angel guidance for your connection with Naman and Angels and Ancestor Oracle or any oracle of your choice. Yeah, I don't have one of those like right here. Um, I've got Star Dragons, Unicorns, and Native Spirit. And I really am drawn to the Native Spirit for you because that does have this ancestor feel to it for me for you. So we will pull from that and see what guidance do they have for you. They're like, get out the medicine bag. Beautiful, beautiful card there. Let's see what this has. Yeah. So, in regards to Naman, gather your resources, be discerning. Vast inner power is growing in your life, but step back and let it grow. There are times to shine brightly for all to see, and there are also times to choose carefully who sees your true self. Choose wisely. Do not make hasty decisions. If it doesn't feel right, hold back. You're protected from any less than positive outside influences. Your capacity and potential are growing in leaps and bounds. So, your uh, ancestors and your spirit guides, they all want you to know it's traditional in indigenous cultures to carry a medicine bag or medicine bundle as a form of protection and also as a way to access your personal power through the sacred objects that are held there. The items in the medicine bag each contain potent qualities that allow one's abilities to magnify and also help one commune with the creator. As your power grows, take time to protect it, just as you protect a seedling in the early months. And then later, once it's established, an established tree, it can withstand the storms of time. Protect your growing power, and it will become as mighty as an ancient oak. These come with a journey as well. So this resonates. It says, consider obtaining or creating your own medicine bag or bundle. Put objects in it that are meaningful to you and make you feel strong and vital whenever you look at them or hold them. Traditionally, one's medicine bag was not worn for display, but often hidden from view or kept in a sacred place. So I'm really getting this energy on here, Pooja, that you're being protected from someone. I feel like it's like hold back, step back, watch, let things unfold. Don't jump in, don't reveal yourself too much. So I feel like they're kind of not so much waving you off as going, just step back here and let things unfold because things will be shown, things will be seen through this as well. and have things to remind you of your own power, that you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. And so I almost feel like they're saying, just step back and grow you and focus on you and your connection with spirit, and let that kind of grow on its own. But don't put a lot of energy in it, so that's the kind of what I really felt strongly from that card for you. So that's what they have right now, Pooja, for you. So hang in there. Much love to you. All right, Rose, you'll be the next free reading coming up here. And you would like messages from your future spouse. All right. Well, they were excited to talk to you. Boom, boom. Cards came out. All right. Wow. So got the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is a joy and celebration card, and the Four of Wands is a joy and celebration card. I really love this. This could represent wedding and celebration as well. Both of these can represent celebration and joy energy. And I like that because this is the energy. Wands is energy. Oops. And cups is emotion. So there's a lot of this, excitement that is around this, around your meeting, around the gathering, around the wedding ceremony itself, but just the joy and everything that will come forth. I feel like they're also saying, um, so like they're going, "Why are you being so serious, Rose? Come on, laugh, laugh, laugh. Enjoy the moments, enjoy the journey, enjoy the process. Be happy for no reason at all. No one can take it away from you." But they wish you so much joy and so much just happiness, because they're excited for the day, for the big wedding day, and how the story unfolds after. So I really like that for you, Rose. But that's what they have for you. Short and sweet. I like it. Maybe they are short and sweet. So many blessings to you, Stella. You'll be the next reading coming up here. All right. So, Stella, you want to know, how will your married life be? Will your husband give you the love and happiness which you give to others? And hopefully even more. Let's take a look here. All right. So I like this here, because this, of course, would not be, the Three of Swords is like heartache and disappointment and etc. But this is um, what they are going to try not to do. The Nine of Wands represents a barrier, and I kind of feel like this gets put behind this here, that they really, because of the pain that they saw, important people in their life go through, like their mom or their aunts or sisters and other people, that when they saw the pain that happened to them, they didn't want to ever be the person that would give that to them. And so they're very intent on building this block, building this barrier to never try to do that, where it, moves behind here. It moves behind, like it's in a almost like where the moon is. It's a prison where it's like, no, I will not let you get out, and I will not allow that to happen. They're like really building this barrier. So I really like that. The Nine of Wands, nine is the number of the hermit in the major arcana. And so it's very much an inner journey. Um, and I do like the heart that they have, because they realize I never wanted, and I kind of resonates with me, because I saw how my mom was hurt so many times throughout her life, and I was like, I don't ever want to be the one that does that to someone else. Always faithful in my relationships, no matter what, because I'm like, I don't want to have anyone experience that. And I feel like that's what they have for you too. So I like that. So what a commitment to love, though, is like, I'm gonna do everything in my power to where you you know will never be hurt. Now, of course, that's up to you. You are the one that gets to choose whether you get hurt or not. I mean, they could give you the world and you could still choose to be disappointed and hurt, right? So, but this is their heart. They want to do everything they can to make it an easier choice for you not to choose to get hurt. We'll put it that way, right? All right. But that's what they have for you, Stella. So I like it. Many blessings for you. All right. We'll continue moving down the list here. And new love. Hello, hello. Thank you for liking. It's a great reminder for me as well, just to thank all of you who have given the video a thumbs up. It definitely is, um, it seems like a small thing, but the YouTube algorithm just loves them, and it uh, ignites it to share the videos of my channel with other people as well. So it helps spread the Zen love. And so thank you for being part of the love tsunami. Greatly appreciate that. All right, new loves, let's take a look here. What place would give the best therapy results for you, K or G? So we'll pull two cards, one for K first, okay, and then one for G. And we'll see what energies come in both, and then you can decide which is the energy that makes the most here for you. Well, okay. So K, they are more mental focused. They are more um, you know, thought processes and tools and so it's more the mental side, right? So they will get they'll ask you the questions, give you the guidance, really show you that. So if you like the mental explanations, they would be the one for you. But then on the other end of the scale, you have the two of cups. So this is the emotional individual. They will give you the emotional side, the emotional support, give you the heart side of things. They're the compassionate one, the empathetic one that will cry with you in a way. The King of Swords is more like you'll be crying, they'll be like, I understand how that can be. So, do you want to know what you can do with that? So it depends, where you're coming from and what you're wanting. Because some people would prefer one other. So K is the King of Swords, and G is the Two of Cups. So hopefully that helps in making the decision. You're like, hmm, what would I like? So that is what they have for you, new love. All right. And then so many, many blessings to enjoy that adventure. I know therapy was so helpful when I went. And let's see, what was mine? Mine was more of the K. She was funny and hilarious, but she just do you like to be told how it is, or do you want me to you know soften it up? And I'm like, no, I need to know the answers. Tell me what's going on here. She's like, Brett. I'm like, oh, okay, that's it. Thank you. And that's just my personality. Uh, my Capricorn rising, I think. All right. So many, many blessings to you. All right. So, Ruby, you are up next. And you want to know what action Jong has towards you? Let's take a look here. What Spirit wants you to know. I feel like I don't know why. I feel like this is what we get when we have the Two of Swords, which is standing in the middle, deciding which way they want to go, what they want to do. Still standing at a crossroads. They're working on their self-worth and the understanding of who they are and their relation of their worth and relationship to the outside world. So I feel like they're just standing here going, well, I don't know which way I want to go. It's like they're afraid to make a wrong decision, because they're afraid of praise and punishment from people, because they're not in this confident, solid place yet in regards to things. And so I feel like they're just still uncertain in this holding pattern, going, well, I don't know. Do I want to go that way or that way? If I go this way. So I feel like they're a thinker a bit too, but they're just like, I'm not sure. Because the so much of what I'm is coming into my head when I'm them. They're putting me as them standing at this fork in the road is, well, if I do that, this person's gonna not like me and they're gonna say this, and this person's going to, not support me anymore, and this person's really gonna be irritated. If I decide this, this person's gonna do it. It's all about the people, what people will think, is coming through very strong. Um, so, uh, you know, can't please all the people all the time, but they're trying, and they're gonna have to end up making a decision or turn around and walk away from the decision, which they can't because they have to decide one way or another, right? But that's what they have for you, Ruby. I know, I know. Patience, patience. And while you're waiting for them to make up their dang mind, of course, you can turn inward and focus on your self-love, because that while there's a holding pattern, while we're waiting, that's the most use of our time, because the more self-love we raise, the faster things speed up in the outside world too. Things are paused for us to work on us as well. So that's what they have for you, Ruby. Hang in there. Many blessings to you. All right, Eliza, you are up next. Very good. You are welcome, new love. All right. So, Eliza, what's coming for you on the 27th? Wow. Cards like boom. Okay. Mm, well, you got two number threes, and this three here is uh, the disappointment card. It's the, expectations equal disappointment, what feels like heartbreak because we're let down. So it doesn't work out the way we expect it to. And the Empress card is about a new birth. It is about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and nurturing yourself, and like a new beginning, a new start, too. So, things always happen for us, right? And so sometimes, when we hit something that's very disappointing, it's what nudges us to finally do something that we knew all along, somewhere deep inside of us, we knew, like, this is what's best for me to do this, but I'm just so attached to this, I will continue to do it, right? But then when something, it's almost like it's the feather, as they say, that breaks the camel's back. It's just like, you know what? I've had enough. I'm moving away and I'm choosing me. I'm going to do this thing that I know is for my highest good, and I'm going to do this instead. This, I'm done. I kind of feel like that's the kind of energy that comes in here for, I guess it's today where you're at, right? So I feel like this is something that comes through here, that it's just like, mhm, it just doesn't fill you, and it's disappointing enough where you're ready for to have a new change, a new start. So whatever that is, I like it for you because it is for you. But hang in there, send you lots of love and support, and we will see you soon back in here, hopefully. All right, Eliza. Many blessings. Anya Ahuya, you are up next. When will your glow up happen? All right, let's see what this glow up is that's coming for you. Well, it's going to be a little bit, because you do have the suspended, the hanged man, which is like the cocoon. You are going through a transformation. You are letting things go, allowing yourself to like turn into this beautiful butterfly, getting ready for this change to come about. So it is a patience card. Things are slowly, but then you have the Page of Cups, which is new love, new emotion that's going to be coming in and happening here. Now, as far as when, it really depends here. This is also the self-love cup, because it's the chalice, the Holy Grail. It's full of the unconditional love of up above. While we're in the cocoon, the more the caterpillar turns into the faster the caterpillar turns into juice, which is them letting go of the old identities, the old ways of looking at themselves. That's when the transformation into the butterfly happens. It happens faster. But if that caterpillar resists the change and wants the old caterpillar ways instead of the butterfly ways, then that's what delays the glow up. So, as far as timing, I feel like uh, if you do like invest a lot of time and energy into that inner transformation, that turning into that upward and inward and upward self-love, I'm feeling like April, May-ish is what I'm seeing in here is like the early period. But if we take our good old time and just wait for it, it's more towards the end of the year, more like August, September, October, that it comes in. And I love the power of the range that they give us because it is. We have so much power in our lives and how it unfolds. Everything is vibration, and the more we vibrate at a higher love vibration, the more faster things move, and we draw these beautiful things in. The more we vibrate at a lower vibration, that's more related to fears, the more we bring in those things. Like attracts like, right? So that's what they have for you right now, Anya. So many blessings to you. We'll continue moving down the list. And we are to CC Lindsay, like a general love reading, please. Absolutely. Let's see what Spirit has for you here. So these two. Ooh, these three. All right. Well, general love, you got the Page of Cups, new love coming in. You do have the Five of Wands. That is part of the process, part of the journey that this brings you to. But you have the Lover's card too. So definitely for a general love reading, you got the Lover's card and the new love card coming in. Um, the Five of Wands is a transformational type of card. You know, I talk about it quite a bit with the wands being our drive, our ambition, our passion, our inspiration. And it starts off feeling like fear, feeling like a firestorm and conflict, but it eventually transforms into something even, um, you know, more. We see it as something that it was loving and and the intentions were to help grow and that type of energy to it. So I do like that. Whenever I get that right in the middle of all that, it feels like if you ever meet someone and you're just like, I'm attracted to them, but I want to kill them because they are being blah, 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 blah. They're like not allowing you to get away with what people normally let you get away with, you know? um, an example, let's see, was this number three in my life. I had learned manipulation through the poor me. So when in a relationship, in an argument, I'd act hurt and I'd walk out of the room sad. They're supposed to chase after me, and then give me what I want. That's the way it worked. But this one broke me of it. They would be like, gonna cry me a handful, gonna ride that lip to town, your little pouty lip to town. And one time I walked out of the house and they didn't come after me. I got to the edge of the sidewalk and I started a loop around the block and I was like, "Oh god, I'm gonna have to go in and at some point, how many laps am I gonna put in here? Because I know they're not coming out." So one lap and I went in and they just laughed at me. And they, basically it comes down to, um, you know, I'm not going to fall for that manipulation, crud. So if you want to talk, you talk. If you want to walk, you walk. And I'm like, okay. And, it was in the beginning, but it really helped me so much. And it really was attractive later, right? Because I was just like, you didn't let me get away with that. And that's really cool. So I feel like it's something like that. Like in the beginning, they just don't fall for the stuff and they just don't allow you to do things. And you're just like, oh, okay. Wow. And then it transforms into something Like I said, in the beginning, you're like, I'm attracted to you and I want to get to know you, but I kind of want to kill you right now too. But it turns into something wonderful. So that's what they have for you, Lindsay. Many blessings to you. Yeah. No, no, no murder though. No, we do not condone that in this channel. All right. So many blessings for you. All right. So Jan, you are up next. And you like an angel message. So let's take a look here. All right. So if you feel like you've been ostracized or that people are just suddenly like uh not engaging with you, or you feel this deep desire to be alone, it is of spirit here. You have the 7 of Pentacles, which is things are slowing, been slow or are slowing down in your life, but it's to have you go inward and to be guided by spirit. They really are showing you wonderful, wonderful things ahead, really big pieces of wisdom and transformation coming in here. But just know that if you feel like suddenly the movie has slowed down to frame by frame, uh, in these areas, some areas of our life feel like it's going Mach 100, and other areas kind of like, how can that feel like it's speeding along, but this one feel like it's going slow? Well, this slow one is being turned down into extra slow mo mode for you to do this inner reflection and the quietness that comes with that. Um, so it definitely is this drawing inward, and that the angels are saying that it's on purpose for a purpose. You're never, never, ever, ever alone, even though you may not have physical people around you. Your angels are like, we're always around you. You've got your guardian angel, all of these other angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones who've gone to the other side that will always be by your side the rest of your life. Your ancestors, you got unicorns and fairies and leprechauns and creator and spirit. Like, it's crowded around you. You're never ever alone. Trust me. So I like that for you. And that's what they have for you right now, Jan. So many, many blessings for you. All right. Mira, you'll be the next free reading coming up. Yeah. Good. We have it in writing now that you're not going to hurt anyone, Lindsay. It's a good what do they call it when you need she was here all along and she said she wasn't going to hurt anyone. Honest officer, right? So Mira, you'd like an angel message. Let's see, what does spirit want you to know right now? All right. All right. So they're saying that right now you're kind of in this place of decision making. I feel like you're like, which way do I go? Which direction do I want to invest my energy? I feel like you have an idea of what you want to do and where you want to go, and you've been planning some steps towards it. And this is about just continue to plan. Don't overthink it. Just take a don't you don't need to plan 1,000 steps. Just plan a few and take steps towards it, because I feel like there will be this change of, not like a huge change of direction, but you're going to make alterations as you go. And so don't get so fixed in that, okay, these are the 1,000 steps I have to do. Just kind of do a couple at a time. Because you have the 4 of Swords here, which is where I was getting there's like, don't overthink it. Allow your mind to rest and be at peace. Because the Knight of Pentacles says it takes time for things to unfold in the outside world. And by the time you get to something happening, you might have changed your mind and changed direction. So you don't want to invest so much energy in something that by planning out all the 1,000 steps, when you're going to change things in 5 steps, right? It's like, oh, I wasted on that other 995 steps. Like, yeah, So preserve your energy and just try not to overthink things and just say, I'm just going to take the next couple steps and kind of go from there, which is nice. It's a nice shooting from the hip type of energy that's coming in for you in regards to whatever's on your mind and um, whatever this thing is that you're making a lot of plans towards. Allow it to unfold, allow a lot of leeway of spirit to help you, because when you have everything super defined, you're really limiting spirit. If you're like, "This is what I want," and go for it, they'll bring it in an exciting in different ways, even more so than, you know, easier and bigger than our plans, right? So we put it in the good hands, the smart ones, as I always call them. I'd give it to the smart ones. They're so much more smarter than I am. They've been around, and have the knowledge more than I do. So that's what they have for you, Mira. I like it. Many, many blessings to you. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list. Angelina, you are up next. And you would like a spirit message. So let's take a look here. See what they have here for you. And I actually want to pull here from the Native Spirit Oracle for you. So let's take a look here and see what we have going on. Whoop, and I'm a little past the top of the hour. I usually like to have a little quick public service announcement so that everyone that isn't familiar with how it works, you're aware of it. So for the free readings, I go down in order, first come, first serve. I try to get through as many free readings as I can. I don't always get to the bottom of those. Very rarely do I get to the very bottom. As you imagine, the free list gets very long very fast. But if anyone makes a donation, I do step outside of the free readings, complete that, and I dive deeper into the to those just to honor that energy exchange. Once I complete that, I go back in order and I step and go down in order through the chat. The chat is the list. There is no special list. It's just you put your question there. And then when I get down to it, if I get down to it, then I get down to it. And that's how it works. Very easy breezy. I try to keep it easy breezy anyway. And then as I get towards the end of the second hour, I'll talk about other alternatives if I'm not able to get to everyone. All right. So that's the public service message. Now back to the regular scheduled program. Angelina, here is your spirit message. You actually got the spirit of Earth coming in, and look at this beautiful card here. And let's see what message they bring here for you. So this is about prosperity is blooming in all areas of your life. You are strong and grounded. Who you are is enough just as you are. Connect more fully with nature. The spirit of earth asks that you tend to your health, detoxify your body, understand how to use your body's physiology, pay attention to how your body feels, and respond accordingly. Create a home for your soul. Have objects in your home that feel good to you every time you see them. Be present. Cherish the here and now. The native spirit wants you to know that the spirit of earth represents your physical self and your physical surroundings. It's okay to make plans for the future, but make sure that you also embrace and appreciate the present. You're deeply and profoundly loved and supported at all times, no matter what's occurring in your life. Trust that all your needs are being met. Take time to create spaces in your home where you feel absolutely at peace. And in doing so, you create a template for peace in all areas of your life. Feel the solidity and power of the earth beneath you. This is in your core. Just as grass pushes up out of moist ground, know that fresh new shoots of growth are similarly taking place within you right now. You are grounded, prosperous, and strong. The all these cards come with a journey too, so if this resonates, you can do it. It says all the solid forms around you, including your body, are part of the physical realm. Notice how you relate to and identify with the physical universe around you. By doing this, you are activating the spirit of earth within you. Let the reality of your relationship with the earth fill your consciousness. Feel it in every pore of your being. Let yourself merge with its energy. Imagine how it would feel to be a rolling hill, a great mountain, or a deep canyon. Imagine yourself lying in a meadow of wildflowers high in the mountains. Visualize the roots of the trees extending deep into the soil, reaching down toward the center of the earth. So very grounding energy. I really like this for you. And if you can get out into nature, definitely there's a nudge to do that with this as well. So that's what they have for you, Angelina. So many blessings for you. And next up, we have Alex, and you'd like a love reading, please. Let's take a look here. All right. Well, a one and a two. You got the one and the two of wands, the page of wands, and the two of wands. So, wands, of course, is our drive, our ambition, our passion, our inspiration. And the page of wands would be a new passion that's coming into your life. And the two of wands is kind of how we do it. Because the two of wands is this, actually, both of them kind of tell this story of whatever we focus on is what we grow and expand. Like attracts like. And so there is this wonderful energy that comes in with both of those because, the Ace of Wands tells us you have the power to choose where you put your energy. The Two of Wands tells us so there's two places you put your energy each moment. You're either putting your energy into fear or your energy into unconditional love. The energy of fear sounds like we're focusing on what is missing in our life rather than what we want in our life. We are focusing on what's the hole instead of what we're going to plant in that hole. Like, I'm going to plant this tree, and like, oh, there's an empty hole. You know, the hole gets bigger. It becomes one of those. What do they call them? You know, that form because of water going into their sinkhole, right? It gets bigger and bigger. Also, when we focus on what we fear will go out of our life or come into our life, we magnetize that and draw those things in we fear, or push away those things we fear we're going to lose in our life. And then, of course, focusing on what we don't want to have in our life that's in our life, we feed it and it grows bigger rather than focusing on gratitude and unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter. And like I said, what you do want in your life. So you can see that whatever energy we're focused on is what is expanding in our life. So, regarding new love, new passion, we transform where we're investing all of our energy and we get different results than we were. Because when we do what we always did, we get what we always got, right? Lower vibrational energy, we draw that in. We magnetize ourselves to draw that thing in. But if we raise our love vibration, we bring in higher love, something more in alignment with what we want instead of what we don't want. So that's what they have for you, Alex, and I like it. So many blessings for you, and we'll continue moving on down the list. And we are to Sana Samreen. Sorry if I mispronounced that. You want to know, did you meet your future spouse yet? And if you did, when will you next meet? All right, let's take a look here. All right. They want me to refresh the cards here. All right. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't feel like you have yet because we've got the 8 of cups is leaving behind emotions that no longer serve you and you're flying away to something new. The page of swords is new communication, new new ideas, new thoughts, new stuff coming in. So with these two cards, I don't feel like you've met them um, yet. So that would be the answer to your question. I kind of feel like if you would have added in a, if not, when will we meet? Because I feel like with the 7 of Cups here, I feel like July is when you'll meet, and I feel like it's with all these 7 of Cups up here. I feel like it's doing things that you love is when you meet them, and so I feel like while you're waiting, of course, you're working on your self love, expanding that, but part of that is doing things that you love. Like if you have hobbies, if you have things that you love to do, go and do those. Like it's not waiting around, it's living life. And because you're living life, you bump into this individual. I almost feel like because I feel like it's not like you have 7 different hobbies and things that you love to do. Maybe you do. Maybe you just have such a, wonderful thing, but I feel like you're doing a lot of things that you love to do, and you keep bumping into them in several of them. And that's when it's just like, "You again, are you stuck in me?" It's like this, they see you, you see them again, and you talk here, and you talk more here, and then you talk even more here. I feel like it progresses in that manner. So that is what they have for you, Sanya. Samreen, many blessings for you. All right. So continue moving down the list here. And Nicola Jackson, you are up next. Hello. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to kick my chair there. Do you want to know? Um, Okay. We'll see come back in March to you. Okay, let's take a look here and see what they have here. Well, they come back in March. All right, let's take a look here. With these cards coming in here, you've got the Four of Swords, which is more peace of mind, and the four is really standing out for me. Um, the King of Pentacles, I kind of this is the energy I get in here, and there's no reason why, with the regular meaning of these cards, that it would mean this, but Spirit is just it feels like that they don't. This is like them all involved in their possessions, their outside world, trying to make things work, trying to do all this stuff, and so I don't feel like they are looking backward. They're looking to their future. They're looking for how they can feel solid and full and everything in their outside world. So it doesn't feel like they are wanting, like they'll go backwards. I feel like they're just looking forward and going forward and going forward and going forward. Like they're pursuing just what they feel will make their life feel full and whole, money and I don't know if education, but like job and possessions and home. And they're just looking at all this stuff. They're just really drawn to the outside world that I feel like they're just like a kid in a candy store, just, oh, I want that, and I want that, and I want that. And they're not even thinking about anything else but that right now for themselves. I feel like with the Four of Swords, though, the four really stood out for me for April for you, is that the Ace of Swords is normally new communication coming in, and the Three Swords here is normally like it's the heartbreak, the disappointment kind of card. And so, like I said, normally these don't mean these things, but I feel like the energy that's coming through is because they are like, you know what, I'm just kind of doing my own thing and heading off, and they're just that communication that comes in April is just it's disappointing. It's not what you want, but it is for your best, and that is the solace that we can try to have. And when things are raw, I definitely understand it's hard to look at it that way. But when we realize that life happens for us, it doesn't happen to us, that when people don't leave us, we don't lose jobs. Things are removed out of our way in order for us to have the space to have what we're truly drawing into our life to be there, or to clear things out of the way so that we can head toward that which is in more alignment with where we're wanting to do and where we're wanting to go. And sometimes we feel safe with the old stuff, even though the old stuff is not healthy for it. It's like an old pair of shoes that the soles are wearing out. And we're like, I know I'm going to trip and fall on these, but I like them and I'm attached to them. And someone's like, throw away the damn shoes and buy some new ones. And I feel like that's what your spirit guides are telling you. Just throw away the shoes. It's for you. It's where you're headed is so much more comfortable and beautiful, and you're gonna love it. Um, and That's what they have for you. So hang in there, Nicola. Many, many blessings to you. All right. Right. And Nicole, I think in Nicole, we already did yours. Yeah, we did. You know, sometimes everything sounds familiar. All right. So, Sarita Malik, you are up next. Will Simpu marry you? Guidance regarding your marriage. All right, let's take a look here and see. Will they marry you? And guidance regarding your marriage. Well, with these cards coming out here, the Ace of Cups is new love. It's overflowing love. So this would be a positive for me, that it feels like you will find this love and you will join together. Um, the guidance regarding the marriage, I love the Three of Cups, which is the joy and celebration. The Full card is jumping in without a lot of list of rules of supposed to, shoulds, and need tos and have tos. This is what will some of the best guidance I've ever gotten in cards, because it's you know, when we fall in love, we when we first meet people, we think they're amazing because we don't have any expectations. We didn't have any preconceived ideas, and we just meet someone, we're like, I think they're wonderful. But our expectations and the roles and the supposed tos and the should and the have tos that we've been told our life, when we put it all in there, it just sucks the air out of the sails of the relationship, because we stop celebrating who someone is, which is the celebration card. We stop celebrating and we started focusing on who they're not being. And that is the anchor that pulls the boat underwater and drowns everyone. The other is the wind that blows the sails and it takes it places. When we purpose to focus on celebrating who someone is and not looking at what they're not living up to, because whatever we focus on is what expands. We focus on what we're grateful uh, for something in someone. More things to be grateful for expand in them. If we focus on what they're lacking and what they're not doing, more lack, more not doing happens. And so there's this power that comes in. They're just like, jump in and allow it to unfold without restriction. Don't get caught up in the mind of all the supposed tos and what will people think and blah, blah, blah. Just go with the love and celebrate yourself, celebrate them, celebrate what is, be grateful for what is, focus on gratitude rather than the other. And that's what they would recommend, Sarita. So many blessings for you. I like it. All right. Lovey, lovey. All right. Summer Thompson, you'll be the next free reading coming up here. So we're making our way down here. And let's take a quick sip here. All right, Summer. So, general love reading with you and the Aquarius. All right. Sorry, a bunch of cards came flying out here. Let me just reshuffle these. All right, there we go. So the general reading here comes in. There is this understanding what it is that you truly, truly want. Because the high priestess, she steps into her high priestess temple and she looks into the unknown, looks behind the veil, connects to spirit, dives deep into the subconscious, really looks into the hidden, understanding what it is that who they are. And this is the Hierophant too. The Hierophant is dives in to find out what your capital T truth is. Who do you want to be? What do you really want um, in your life? Both of these major arcana, which is a significant thing around love and relationship. And I'm an Aquarius sun. So I hear in the background they're like razzing me, going, are you sure you know what you're getting yourself into? Is that what you really, really want? Because look at that. And so they're being funny, but they're like, at the same time, they're just like, understand what it is that's drawing you. What is it that you seek to obtain through this relationship? What does it mean about you? They're really having you go into super reflective mode, which the Aquarius energy, like the age of Aquarius, is looking for new ways of doing things because the old ways don't fit anymore. The old ways taught don't fit into the modern day things of where we're headed. Things are due for an update to move us forward, to move us into new. And of course, you get that being a Gemini too, and personality, the multiple personality of the Aquarius. So there is this, wonderful play that's there of the mind and the thinking and the expansion. So really it's really getting into the truce. The capital T truce is something that draws you guys together because you do seek for higher truth, for higher knowledge, for higher knowing. And it's something that is a commonality between you two. So, when you have a common, not a common goal, I was going to say common enemy, but when you have a common goal of wanting to help the world, it's just like an adventure. It's like the duo, headed after it. So that's kind of the energy that just like make sure you know what you want, and then join together. But there is this. Just take a step back and reflect on yourself, what you're wanting, and if this is what you're wanting, then just know that there is this compatibility, but it's focusing on the goal of evolving the world together is what will bring this beautiful bond and beautiful adventures together. So that's what they have for you, Summer. I like it. Many blessings for you. All right. So we'll continue down the list here. And lovely Lovey. So what will this lucky lad look like? Just curiosity. So let's take a look here. Here's the two cards that came out. Let's see. What do they look like? So you've got pentacles here. The page of pentacles, very earthy, very down to earth type of individual. Not flashy, not uh I feel like they'll, have uh facial hair and longer hair, not messy, but they're just like, yeah, they're more of a t-shirts and jean person than a three-piece suit type of individual. So I like that for you. And then the Queen of Wands is this, the as far as looks, they are very, they glow. They're very chipper and happy and smiling and bright. They just have this happy attitude, I feel a lot. So, they have a gleam in their eye. They walk in, people just lighten up because their smile just lightens up and brightens up places. I feel like they just, they do have that. They're down to earth, but they have a lot of energy too. And so, like, hey, everybody, what's going on? And "Hey, da, 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 da," say hi to people, and people are like, "Hey," they're happy to see him there as well. The fire energy with it does tell me that they're handsome as well, because usually the fire element brings out that they're seen when they walk into places. So they're nice to look at, which is good, right? Like, oh my gosh, hide that hump on your back. But I like it for you. So that's what they have for you, lovely, lovely. Many blessings for you. All right. Continue moving down the list here. And so we've got to Devansha Mishra. And you want to know about Arjun's current feelings and next actions. No contact from December. All right. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, there's definitely this no action here, suspended. So definitely understand that. And this does tell us with two major arcana, this is a significant time for you, because not only do you have this is usually the hanged man, which is seeing things from a higher perspective, being a cocoon as you transform. You have the high priestess, which is taking a step back, going inward and within, and also, uh, you know, looking behind the veil, diving deep into your unconscious, your subconscious, into your emotions, and connecting to spirit, really getting a big picture of who you are, what you want, who you want to be, how you want to transform. So, their current feelings, I just feel like they are this pause is for you to really get in to understand what you want outside of them, right? Who are you? What do you want? Why do you want it? Who do you want to be? um, who are you, Mishra? So there's this wonderful, it's happening on purpose for a purpose. And I feel like when you get to this place where the cocoon is done and you're coming out and struggling out of the cocoon to, you know, be the butterfly, to fly and go places you haven't gone before, I don't feel like you're going to be so worried about Arjun. I feel like Arjun is a caterpillar still, and caterpillars can't go where butterflies are. Can't carry the caterpillar. They're too heavy because they just eat and eat and eat and eat. And that caterpillar is a heavy thing, but the butterfly is whoo, so places and go everywhere else. So, I feel like this is, definitely happening on purpose for you to really understand who you are and get in connection with that. And you transform and you're like, I just feel like it's not going to matter. You're just going to be like, okay, okay, Arjun the caterpillar, you enjoy your caterpillar ways and go munch on those leaves. I'm going to go find pretty flowers. Bye. And I feel like this is you're drawn to new things. So that's what they have for you, Mishra. Hang in there. I know, but it is for your best. Many blessings for you. Very good. Rhonda, you're so funny. All right. Okay, we did that one. Did that one. All right, Yavi, you are up next here for the next free reading. And so, what would D be like in a relationship? Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know. Okay, what else? Wow, two major arcana. So, the Wheel of Fortune, obviously, a very good card to have here. They really, how they would be in a relationship, they look at things as fortunate, right? So I really feel like they look at whatever comes their way. They realize life happens for us, and there's this is happening for a reason. So let's take a look at it. I feel like they don't go so much into the downward spiral as like, oh, why is this happening to us? Or they take more of a stance of why is this happening for us? What can we learn from this? What's it trying to tell us? I feel like that's the kind of energy that they have with that in here. So that's very positive. They don't look at going, oh, this means that we're not meant to be together. All right, I'm out. They're like, okay, what are we supposed to be learning from this? We're obviously in this for a reason, so let's talk this out. That's the kind of energy I feel that they would be in a relationship. The strength card, too, the strength card is energy of realizing that the outside world, um, that they it doesn't complete you. And we'll put it plainly because that's what we learn with the strength card is that the outside world doesn't give me what I need, because we can only find that from within ourselves. So in a relationship, they've learned that I don't need anyone to complete me, but I want to be with you. That's how they are in a relationship is like, I'm not needy. I'm not going to be scared about losing you and all this. They're not jealous. They're not possessive. They see you as above and beyond, like my spice cake mantra that I have is like, I am my own spice cake and my friends and my family are the frosting and my accomplishments are the cherry and my intimate relationships are the whipped topping on top of all that. So they're like, "I love it, I want it, but if you don't wanna give it to me, all right. But I want you, but I don't need you. I don't need all that whipped topping, but I want it, but I don't need it." And that's a healthy place to be. So I like it for you, Yavi. So many, many blessings for you. Right. So we'll continue moving down the list here. All right. So Andrea 54 Hector or Andrea 5 for Hector? I don't. Uh, so you're up next. What does your baby daddy, the Scorpio, want you to know when it comes to us getting back together? Okay, I get you. So let's take a look here. What else? So here's the getting back together of it, right? The Two of Cups. But the Three of Swords here is I don't feel like it's going to unfold the way that you expect it to and the way you want it to. And I feel like that's what they're wanting you to know is that, yeah, this would be great and it would be, beneficial and a lot of ways, but I feel like that's not I feel like they're saying that it's not going to unfold the way that you would want it to, and it'll be disappointing in the long run or in the short run too. So I feel like with these combination together, it's just they're saying that it just wouldn't be. It would end up being disappointing, and heartache again. Um, and so I feel like you know that already because you're just like, yeah, you haven't changed. They haven't changed, right? You're like, you say you have, but I haven't seen it, or you don't know it, and you're just like, prove it to me first. um, so yeah, I think that's pretty clear there for you. And I'm sorry. I know that it's you know our heart just gets so attached and has so many strings, especially with having a child together. There's even more of this bond, and it's like I just feel like we should be together, and it's like yeah, but sometimes what we want isn't for our best. So just trust that whatever's meant for you will not pass you by, and what happens for you and not to you. And if it doesn't work out later, you'd be like, thank God for unanswered prayers, because you'll see them with someone and you'll be like, there by the grace of God go I, and I am so glad I'm not there. So hang in there, Andrea. So many blessings for you. All right. And I think Summer, didn't we take care of you already? Yeah, we did. All right. All right. And we are to Monsi Shawan. Apologize if I mispronounced that. And you want to know, will Ranveer talk to you? You're blocked from everywhere, no contact. All right, let's take a look here. Anything else? All right, there we go. You know, with the 5 of Cups here, I don't feel like that there will be communication, because the 5 of Cups is, we have the 3 of Cups here, which is our disappointments and these fears of losing conditional love and all these lower vibrational emotions that we come here to experience. And the 5 of Cups tells us that it's okay. We come here. Every moment is, either emotions that are related to the fear of losing conditional love or that of unconditional love from above. And there is this energy here of, you know, feeling the feelings that we wanted to feel, this on purpose for a purpose. And that's what you're feeling right now, this feeling of being abandoned and blocked and ostracized and rejected, right? And you came here to feel that. And this is kind of like the card that says, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It's what we came here. So, amusement park full of fear rides, and we're riding that. But when you're done with that, you do learn from the Two of Cups here that no matter what happens, we get to choose what we want to feel as we go through something. So we don't have to choose that it means something about us, or what that we can feel that way. We can be like, you know what? It's happening on purpose for a purpose, and I'm going to focus my energy. Because you also have, in addition to the Two of Cups, which is emotional choice, you have the Magician card, which is where we invest our energy is what grows and expands, right? So, as we go through this experience here, which I feel like there will be no contact, because you're learning your strength and your power through this, that you get to choose emotionally what you feel as you go through it, and then also focus on what grows and expands. Because when you focus on what you're grateful for in your life, that you do have in your life, focus on what you want to draw into your life, focus on the unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter. That stuff grows and expands. When we focus on what we're missing in our life, more things to miss, the missingness grows, right? When we focus on what's in our life that we don't want, that grows and gets bigger. When we focus on our fears of what we fear will leave our life or come into our life, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. We expand, we invite the things we fear will come into our life. We invite them to us. The things we fear we leave, we reject it, and it keeps going. So there is this power that comes in here for the situation. I don't feel like there's going to be contact, because this is what's spawning this growth for you. So that's what they have for you, Muncie. So hang in there. I know it's a weird situation, but it's beautiful because it teaches us so much about how we feel about ourselves. Like, they're rejecting me. It's like, how am I rejecting myself? Whatever feelings come up, you can grow through those too. So I like it. So hang in there. Many blessings and much love to you. All right. Hey, Dundell. Hello, hello. I'm doing very well. I hope you are doing well as well. And let's take a look here. You want to know, is your boyfriend cheating, or has he cheated on you? Uh-oh. Let's see what Spirit is wanting to tell you about this here. So when I get a card with when I get a question about cheating and I get a 2, or a 3. You know, a 2 is like there's 2 choices that are going on. And if I get a 3, that's confirmation that there's a like a triangle going on. Um, I feel like they're at a crossroads. I really I don't feel like they have done anything. I don't feel like they've cheated, but I feel like they're at a crossroads and like there's an indecision on things. We have the 10 of wands here, which is a lot of energy that's been invested. So I feel like there's this uh, feeling of things can't stay the way they are in your relationship right now. Like the energy that you both have invested in it. The 10 of wands, 10 is endings and new beginnings. So the 10 is, you know, all the energy that you guys have invested. Um, it's like it either needs to reset and refocus and have a new passion, or it needs to end. And I feel like that's where this crossroads is on. I don't feel like they've been unfaithful, but I feel like the energy is so it just can't be where it's at. It can't stay the same. It needs to go one way or another. It needs to go to a higher level or out. And I feel like that's where we're at in this relationship. I don't feel like I feel like it's like we either need to do something to change the energy or we need to split ways because I feel like um, it is pushing you guys out of the relationship if you don't do something to change the energy, if that makes sense. Um, so that's what they have for you. I don't feel like the any cheating has happened yet. So that's what they have. Hang in there. I know relationships are like the toughest classroom or one of the toughest that we come down here. So hang in there. I know. All right. So many, many blessings to you. All right. Pratik Singh, thank you so much. Hello for being a new subscriber. Welcome, welcome to the Soul family. And you want to know, does Kushi um, are they manifesting you? Let's take a look here and see what spirit wants you to know around them here. Okay. So we've got kind of a mixed thing going on here because we've got that there is, you know, the Knight of Cups is movement of emotion. And so I feel like they are pursuing love. They are trying to find um, you know, this fulfillment emotionally. But the 3 of Swords is about disappointment, and this makes sense for all of us when we're looking for love outside of us. We're gonna feel the disappointment because the love that we are really looking for, the Ace of Cups here that we are truly questing after is the love that we find inward and upward, right? And so we find that love within ourselves. And then when we fill up, that changes how we perceive love on the outside. We're no longer looking for it to fill us up, it's above and beyond extra. So I feel like what is happening here is, you know, they're pursuing love and I kind of feel like they're going like this person will make me feel full. Well, they didn't. This person will. No, they didn't. This person will. And they're I don't want to say like they're going through them like candy, but I just feel like they're almost in this desperate search because they're not finding what they're looking for in the outside world. And until they do, they don't love themselves. They can't love others or allow others to love them yet. So that's what's going on with that pratik. So I know. Hang in there. Many blessings to you. All right. Actually, I'm almost to the end of my time, but I'm almost to the bottom. So I think, will we reach the bottom? We shall see. So Josie, you have a question. Hello. So you were accused of stealing by your uncle and grandparents who brainwashed your mom against you. Okay. You've never stolen. Said they found a credit card in a picture frame. Wow. This is the thing stories and movies are made of, right, Josie? So let's take a look here. And I don't see the question. So, okay, stealing journals from church, but they're actually your friend who died. Oh, okay. So, did your uncle make all this stuff up? All right. Let's take a look here. Wow. So, you did get two sevens here. And this makes sense. So, the Seven of Cups represents emotional confusion. And um, when humans, when all of us, when we go into fear, we go out of our minds. I mean, we literally, blood rushes from our brain to go into our arms and legs to fight or to run, for safety, right? And so when the human is in fear, we're confused. We have emotional confusion. We have mental confusion because, all this stuff, all these hormones and all this stuff is being activated within our body. So I feel like here with the Seven of Cups that your uncle, he fear has made them feel, emotionally confused, and so um, when we say they make it up, we will see things that our fears are telling us, right? So when we fear something, like I saw an ugly monster, well, because you were scared, but there was no monster; it was just a shadow. If you ever wake up in the middle of the night and you forgot that you hung your bathrobe up to dry in your doorway and you're like, there's someone standing in my doorway. They're coming to kill us. And then you turn the light and you go, oh, that's right. So I feel like that there's some of this fear going on there. The other thing that makes sense with two sevens, this is being brought to your face, right? You are getting this wonderful challenge in your life. The Seven of Wands shows someone that's um, people feel are up on a pedestal, not a pedestal, but they're on a hill. And when people who feel low about themselves, in their mind, the other person's higher, they will do things to try to bring them down to where they feel they're at. And there's the Seven of Wands tells you that, someone sees you as above them. And because of that, they will try to bring you down to the level they're at, but it's not personal. All this that's happening, if all these people believe it, it's because they're in a place where they need to believe that. And there's nothing that you can do about it. Just realize that it's because they feel low about themselves. And you're like, if they want to believe all that, then they're going to believe all that. But, spirit is basically saying that this challenge that's being brought up is being brought for you so that you can move and see your power, right? Because if you think of like a seven, a six is three on each side. There's this beautiful flow of life and things are flowing and we're going along. And then a seven is a big boulder right there in the middle of your path that you have to face. There's no way around it. And you have two sevens, which is showing you that this is a time in your life for you to really look at what fears are coming up within you, right? What my uncle, my grandparents, my mom, they all believe I'm capable of this. And then it's like, okay, what do I fear that means about me? And when we get to the root of it, we're set free, with it. And then you're like, okay, how am I accusing myself of stealing? Because these are all mirrors, right? And so if they're accusing me, what am I accusing myself of? I'm stealing away my life by focusing on those fears that these people, you know, I'm stealing from myself. I'm stealing joy from myself by having my worth be in these people's hands who obviously don't know how to make good judgment, right? We're like, why do I care so much about what you guys think? Because obviously you don't look for facts and you don't ask anyone else about what's going on. You're just making decisions with very little evidence and very little information. I don't care what you think anymore because it's faulty, right? So there's this power that comes through here for you. But your main question, did your uncle make it up out of fear? They are seeing what they feel they need to see in order to feel good about themselves, right? So A lot of emotional confusion going on with them, and, it sounds like it runs in the family. Thankfully, it sounds like it's skipping a generation or, from you, Josie, so you're like, "Whew, I'm gonna escape this." So hang in there, many blessings to you, and, thank you for your question. Alright, let's see here. I think we just got a couple more here. Suman, um, Madashia, I probably murdered that, my apologies. Hello, and you wanna know, what does your partner think about you? Let's take a look here and see what they want you to know right now. Wow. Well, we got the Lovers card, so that's definitely in here. So they, do see you as this love partner of theirs. They do see this, joining together, this compatibility. They really, it's a very strong card, right? Page of Pentacles, they also see you as someone that, really I feel like you're going through this transformation, and they've noticed how, since they've met you, how you've grown in your sense of your worth in relationship to the outside world and who you are. And they really have seen you become more confident and be more yourself and express yourself more. And they like that. They just really have seen that you flourish, since you guys have been together, since he's known you. Not that he's taking credit, like, "Oh, look what I did." He just seen, like, how you have, he's noticed it. So I like that for you. So very beautiful things to see there. And that's what they have for you. Very good. You're welcome, Toshi. Let's see, we answered Patik already. All right. So Shika, you are up, and you wanna know your, current feelings of Jay towards you. So let's take a look here. So it's interesting. I know I shouldn't start off saying that, but um, the full card is about starting a new adventure, a new way, fresh, of not having expectations and, um, you know, barriers and supposed tos and shoulds and need tos around it. And the Four of Swords is that too, because swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations. The Three of Swords is normally feeling those, restrictions and expectations. But you can see here he's rested on the on the fourth sword here, which is peace of mind, letting go of these. So the current feelings of Jay towards Jay, I feel like he's just kind of let all expectations go. They're just like letting things be what they are and going with the flow without expecting a whole lot. So I'm not sure what that is about. If they are like, they just were done with all the expectations and feeling like they were a disappointment. They're like, I'm going to be who I am, and if it's not good enough, so be it. I almost feel like that's the kind of energy that came with it. They're just like, you know what? Um, I can never do anything right, and I don't know if it's specifically to you. I think it's just like their entire life. They're just like, I'm done. I can't please anyone, and I'm just gonna. Um, I would say they're I'm just gonna please myself, but they're like, I'm just going to go live, and people can deal with their expectations. That's the kind of energy I feel is going on there, right now. So whatever cage was trying to be put on them from whoever, from a wide variety of things in their life, they just had enough. They just couldn't take that feeling of being a disappointment anymore. And I feel like they're just like, I'm done. I'm gonna go be me, kind of energy. So that's what they have right now for you, Shika. So many blessings to you. All right. And I think we are down to the last free question here for this evening will be Mrs. Sweet Like Honey. All right. And your question is, how does he feel about you? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? So we've got the Three of Pentacles here, which is about this is a lot of this has to do with about staying true to their authentic selves. And the Magician card is about this energy of whether investing and trying to manifest things. It's interesting, you know, this is so much not like feelings about you. And maybe that's the message, right? That they're all about, I want to do what I want to do, and I'm investing all my energy and trying to make my dreams come true and being authentic to me. And I want all this, all the energy I'm investing is in things I want. And I almost feel like this is like they're not worried about anyone else. They're really, I don't want to say narcissistic. I just feel like it's important for them in their life right now for them to choose themselves. It's like a turning point in their life. And so I feel like, excuse me, that it's not, I know it sounds weird to say it's not personal. I just feel like they've done it to everyone in their life that they're just, I got to be me, and I'm not going to try to fit into what everyone's trying to make me do. I'm not afraid of losing people's support or having people mad at me and want to punish me. I want to live my dream. I want to go what I want to do, and I'm going to invest my energy where I want to go. And I just feel like they are just doing that, right? They're just, I feel like they've tried to please all the people all the time, and kind of just like we just had another reading around that too. It's that same type of energy of I'm just done. I'm gonna go do what I want to do. So it's not like that's specifically at you, like you, I don't want to do it. They're just like, I can't take it anymore. I gotta be me. I'm gonna go do what I want to do, and everyone, that's the kind of energy that's coming through. So that's what they have for you, sweet like honey. I know, weird, right? But it's what they need for this point in their life. So if we love people and they need that, then we're like, you know what? I love you, support you. Go do you, and then I'm gonna go do me. So that's what they have for you, sweet like honey. Many blessings to you and lots of love to you. All right. Well, a miracle happened, which Sunday nights is the slower out of a lot of my nights. So I'm not surprised I was able to get to the bottom of the list. Went a little over. Um, but thank you guys. Before everyone leaves as well, um, we have a last chance on a drawing here. If you're interested in getting into the possibility of winning a 45-minute personal recorded reading from me on subjects of your choice, check out that video. That does tell you how you can do that. I will be closing it in the morning when I wake up or after I run an errand in the morning. And then I'll be announcing the winner. And then Tuesday, I'll put out the next week's drawing for the next following Monday. So check that out. Also, if you haven't checked out your March readings by zodiac sign, that came out yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. So you can check that out. There's more messages there for you. We also had a pick a card come out this morning about how can you align with the universe? How can you communicate with the universe or connect? So that's a wonderful pick a card. And then we also had a pick a card last Wednesday around what's hidden. What does spirit want you to know that you aren't seeing right now? And of course, there's a ton of other free pick a cards and other content out there. February's monthlies are still out there, which is good for a couple more days. So you can check that out too if you wish. But thank you guys so much for all your love and all your support and your thirst for seeking after spirit and hearing from them. I'm always blown away by your thirst for spirit. So um, I'm going to go ahead, and I don't have any other questions or any other um, uh, thing to say. So I'm going to close out the session. And I am here Wednesday through Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain, and then also on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So you can catch me there. Also, I offer personal readings. I did add a $10 15-minute recorded reading into the mix. So you can check all that in the description box of the video down below. So, again, appreciate all that. And sure, I'm not sure how to say your name. Sure, shush. um, we can squeeze you in here, one last one before I sign off, since I won't be back until Wednesday. So, sure, ask your question and we'll pull it here for you. So, what's happening for you in love? We'll pull a couple cards here for you, and then we'll be signing off. All right, let's see what we got here. So it does seem like you're going to be having this change here. The 10 of Wands represents that you've been investing a lot of energy towards love, and but it's becoming a burden, right? And it's because that you're seeking after what you think you're supposed to, right? There's a long list of shoulds and supposed tos and need tos and have tos that you're investing a lot of energy in to try to get things to happen, right? Like, who am I supposed to be in a relationship? Who are they? How is it supposed to happen? How is it supposed to unfold? How do I meet him? And then when? What does it end up being? It becomes overwhelming, right? And this is what that 10 of Wands says is there's a lot of energy being invested in all of that. But then you have the Three of Pentacles, which is about you being true to your authentic self. Love here, this burden, this overness is happening because the Three of Pentacles normally has like three people in there, and there's um, the people who are the naysayers, the people will be all blah blah blah. You're not doing what you're supposed to do, and we feel we'll be punished, and they'll talk bad about us if we don't find love and do love the way they think we're supposed to, right? And then there's the praise side, which the people who support us and love us, we're afraid we'll lose their love and support if we don't do things the way they want us to. So we're tugging back and forth between fearing punishment and losing praise and support if we don't pursue love and do love the way everyone wants us to. But you can't please all the people all the time, and you have this big amount of energy that you're investing that it's time for a revamp. It's time to find out, what do you want? Not all the opinions you've been given, but really connecting to your heart, getting away from all that. Find out what love is that you want, and letting go of so many of the rules and go with the flow. Recalibrate all this energy into all these places and just really focus in on what you are wanting for love, not what everyone else is wanting for love. So that's what Spirit wants you to know right now regarding love. So that is your message. And thank you for being a new subscriber. I hope you hang around. I will be back. And if you, hopefully you caught the drawing and the other links to some of the other of my videos. I do put out a lot of free content as well. So thank you for your question, and thank you everyone else. I'm going to go ahead and sign off for this evening, but please know as you go throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you guys again, have a great night, a great day, wherever you're out in the world. And until then, much love to you, and you guys take care. We'll see you.